This case literally changed the paranormal history of all of Australia. It's such an aggressive, violent case that even the justice system itself had to accept that ghosts exist. It all began in 1998, specifically in a small house in Humpty. Sometime after the best friend of one of the tenants died, burned in a terrible traffic accident, hell broke loose in the house.
Here, guys! Hi! Hey! It's a spanner.
That noise was caused by a wrench that hit a kitchen cabinet with great force. One of our sound engineers, Danny Sims, saw it all.
First it was stones, small dry pebbles falling from the ceiling of the living room in the middle of monsoon season, defying physics. Then objects simply started to fly. Knives, glass, tools.
Something is happening in that house that I can't explain, that 3 Catholic priests can't explain, that a Greek Orthodox priest can't explain, that you yourselves, other journalists, have been there, other visitors have been there, all telling the same story.
3 different priests were called to purify this home. The first one saw some pills flying out of an empty bathroom. The second one saw a knife go through the ceiling. And the third, an Orthodox priest, had to flee when an invisible force began twisting his arms and tearing the Bible from his own hands. A national television crew set up inside the house expecting to uncover a hoax, but what they recorded chilled them to the bone.
We get upset because we think it's still there. Everyone tells us, the priest, the clairvoyant. Mary is right here saying that 3 hours ago that the clairvoyant called and said it was gone. Well, it hasn't gone, has it? It's obvious that it hasn't gone, and that's all there is to do.
As soon as I opened the manhole, I got a shower of rocks from the ceiling. They came straight from the ceiling.
The gravel?
Yes, the gravel at the entrance. The gravel from the...
How did it get to the ceiling and then to you?
Well, it wasn't there before, and there was nothing when I went up.
How could that bottle fly the way it did?
Then ask me.
Do you believe in Jesus Christ? In Greek or Latin or whatever it was, and it was he had a Bible in his hand, and it was just twisting the Bible around, tearing his arms off. His hair was blowing back. This is in the kitchen.
They used thermal cameras designed to detect the residual heat from a human hand on any object thrown. A shower of glass appeared out of nowhere, and when they pointed the thermal camera, there were no fingerprints.
And most concerning of all, 3 real bullets.
The heat surrounded the glass evenly, as if some invisible energy had put it in a microwave. And then this happened.
This is like rain, but it's even stronger than that.
Here, guys! Hi! Hey! It's a spanner.
That noise was caused by a wrench that hit a kitchen cabinet with great force. One of our sound engineers, Danny Sims, saw everything.
I was looking at the cabinet when I heard a loud crash and saw the wrench bounce off the cabinet and fall to the floor.
Where did the wrench come from?
I don't know. It seemed to have come from the living room, but no one was there.
It was the flying glass that hit our thermal camera operator, Brendan Gowdy.
What we're seeing are images taken approximately every 2 or 3 seconds.
Which didn't match any trick I could imagine.
To give you the general picture, I was baffled almost immediately. I mean, if I had to say something, I'd say it was a bit like a microwave. Something put a film of energy on top of it, and that energy is what we actually see disappear. It was hard to explain.
Brendan was also witness to an especially violent incident. He was the only person in the house when it happened.
Oh, what?
A real bullet bounced off the carpet.
A real bullet materialized in the air and fell onto the carpet. The thermal camera operator was completely alone in the house. There was no one else. The case went to court when the owner tried to evict them because of the damage. In a historic ruling, the judge refused to grant the eviction, stating that the damage had been caused by a poltergeist.
From a scientific point of view, I have no explanation for what happened.
Either it's the biggest hoax ever seen, even in this country, or there's something there that simply can't be seen.
Is it possible that it's a hoax?
No.
More than 30 witnesses, a judge, 3 priests, and the most skeptical paranormal investigators in the whole country. But no one, ever, no one could ever explain what the hell was haunting Humpty. When the family left the home, the phenomenon simply disappeared. The place where you should feel safest can sometimes be the source of the worst horrors. Joel lives completely alone in an apartment in South America. Shortly after moving in, he began to hear noises at night and to see shadows out of the corner of his eye, so he decided to take out his camera. And what he recorded is simply terrifying.
You can still hear it. I can't stand being here. I can't take it. What could it be? There's nothing, guys. It's already getting out of control, guys. I can't stay here anymore, guys.
Joel hears a loud bang in the kitchen. He goes to check, expecting to find something broken on the floor, but there's nothing there, and everything looks completely normal. Panicking, he runs to his room and slams the door, and then look at the table in the other room.
Guys, it's 3 a.m. and you can still hear a lot of noise out there. They're trying to open my door, guys. It's intense. Oh my god. Oh my god, deliver me from evil. Ever since I bought that mirror, guys. Oh.
It moves with extreme violence, as if invisible hands were shoving it furiously. Joel locks himself in, but the next night, the nightmare becomes even more aggressive.
Guys, this is out of control. I can't take it here anymore. Help me. What do you want? Leave me alone. What do you want? Who are you? Who are you? What do you want?
Sharp knocks ring out at the bathroom door. A chilling growl breaks the silence. Joel opens it, but there's nothing. Nothing.
They're knocking on the bathroom door. Since I got this mirror, all these things started happening.
Later, the knocking starts again from inside the bathroom where he had just been. Without thinking twice, Joel runs away to a friend's house. But when he came back expecting it to be over, he managed to record this.
At 1 a.m., they turned on the living room light. Since buying this mirror, strange things have happened. Oh, damn. What was that? That's getting out of control already.
Look at the door frame to his room. A dark, faceless head slowly peeks out to watch him for a second before disappearing. Even his cat bristled in fear. To this day, no one knows what the hell lives in this apartment. There are urban legends that turn out to be deadly real. A hiker in Indonesia gets lost in the dense forest while recording a video for his social media. It's late, he's alone, and he's trying to find his car in total darkness, and then he comes face to face with his worst nightmare. Look between the trees. A figure wrapped in white cloth moves toward him at an unnatural speed. You can hear the genuine terror in the screams as he runs for his life. The locals recognized it instantly. It's a pocong, a spirit from Indonesian folklore trapped in a white funeral shroud that jumps or levitates, chasing the living. He managed to escape by a miracle, but no one knows what would have happened to him if that thing had caught up to him. Frank has been investigating dark places for years, but this factory was different from the very beginning. Years ago, a worker lost his life here under circumstances that were never fully clarified, and since then the place has been burdened by something the locals prefer not to name. Frank hadn't even entered the building yet before he started seeing it.
The three people who have been helping me with the locations, one is Frankito, and the other two make up a paranormal group. And they are so amazing. They have helped me find this location. I will put their link in the description below. I keep hearing things moving. It's windy, which might be causing a lot of noise. I still haven't gone inside a building. Look. Those look like eyes. I don't know what that is, but they look like shiny eyes reflecting in my camera. And it's too big to be a bird, it's a person. That's crazy. What the hell is that? Do you see my camera blinking on the wall? Right there. It looks like it's blinking. I haven't even gone into this place yet, and I'm already scared right now, and I haven't even gone in. I just turned off my IR and I can't see anything. Oh my God. But yeah, I can't see anything. The moment I turn on my IR, there's something there. How scary. It makes me feel like something is watching me from the window.
It's a pair of eyes shining in a second-floor window, caught by his infrared camera. The second camera, pointing at the same spot, didn't record anything at all. Only one camera could see them.
It gets colder the further I go in. And I have to be careful because there are some holes and the pipes go all the way down. Oh my God. I'm hearing a loud bang. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't see anything with night vision. Listen. Did you hear? I'm just trying to figure out where it's coming from. Oh, what is that? Something has come back. I just saw something peeking through the door. Oh, this thing is heavy. Here we go. Alright, I'll set up another camera to provide a wide-angle view from the top. But I just saw something inside this room. Someone else was spying. Yeah, here we go. Yes, we're going.
And then deeper inside a dark doorway, a small figure, like a child, who disappeared before he could get closer. Frank looked everywhere. There was no one and nowhere to hide either. Glen lives in England and knows only one thing about the history of his own house. The previous owner died inside. On April 14th, 2026, he set up 2 cameras simultaneously, one pointing at him in the living room and another pointing at the hallway. And the experiment worked too well.
Alright, so Joan and I have been sitting here and we started over, and like I said, I'm trying not to pay attention, but I've heard moaning here. I've heard scratching on the walls, I've heard sighs, I've heard rattling. A very red light, right? Yes.
Yes, it is.
The dreadful hat.
Yes.
The kitchen door.
Glen?
First, the hallway camera captures the kitchen door opening violently, and the bang echoes throughout the entire house. Then, the living room door opens from the outside by itself. The two cameras together trace the exact path of something that leaves the kitchen and enters the living room where Glen is. The hallway was completely empty. This is a live camera from the Boston Museum of Science. Panoramic view of the harbor, and then two huge figures take off from the roof of a building.
What the hell is this? I had a relative who worked at the Prudential Center in Boston. This is the live broadcast from the Museum of Science at Boston Harbor. And I have no idea. You'll see it in a second. It's going to come out of the building and... Bam! What is that? It's kind of like flying around. I zoomed in and put it in slow motion in the next part of the video. But the craziest thing is that the next day, when he tried to play it again to show it to one of his co-workers, the Science Museum had deleted this hour from their live broadcast. So I don't think it was something we were supposed to see. Is it extraterrestrial? Is it an experiment? This is the museum again, caught up in weird stuff.
They don't move like birds, and their size at that camera distance rules out any known animal. Those things leave a dark trail in the air before disappearing. The next day, the family who found the clip tried to watch it again, but for some reason, the museum had removed that hour from the broadcast. When they accused Janelle of using AI, she posted a second angle of that same event, the same sky, the same figures. No one has been able to give any explanation. Yashin is a paranormal investigator. Normally, he streams live on Snapchat, and that makes it almost impossible for him to manipulate his material. On the day of this video, he entered an abandoned workers' building in Saudi Arabia.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم حصنت نفسي بلا إله إلا الله أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق لا إله إلا الله بسم الله والله العظيم إن شاك فيه شيء بسم الله
The first thing that happened was a small wooden door slammed shut above his head. The second thing was that a lamp started swinging without any visible wires. Additionally, a cat appeared on the threshold. And in Middle Eastern folklore, demons are invisible entities that can manifest as animals. They guided the cat toward the bathroom with a bang, and it was completely empty. But when they turned around, the door closed behind them. He tried to leave the room, but the main door slammed shut right in front of his face.